system of watershed. This word was coined in 2004. The watershed is coined by connecting two words, water and ship. Similarly, the word scholarship was coined. A scholarship. A scholar means a school-going student, and ship means some cash money given by the government. So I coined the term the watershed means the water and some cash money given regularly by the government, similar on the lines of the scholarship. There is a history of discovery of this watershed. This is a very sad story. It was in fact the output of a struggle of my personal life. At the age of 22, I qualified the state civil services in Uttar Pradesh. My many friends who were preparing for the IAS, I visited the house during holy time. This is the today holy. I visited the holy time. The IAS result was declared. The whole family started weeping. When I saw weeping the complete family, the mother, the father, the sister, the brother, when I asked that what happened, someone is died in the family. Then they told me the IAS result is declared and your friend is not selected. Looking that experience, my mind calculated that when I will get success in IAS exam, I will capture one seat, one opportunity of the employment. I will push one man out of the chair. That is why success in the government exams, success in IAS is a violence, economic violence and sin. After this experience, suddenly my mind was derailed from the study. Because if I will study, I will go through the books, I will go through the proceedings of the exam. It means I will capture the job of another person. At the very age of 22, I decided to give up the study, and I decided same time to discover the problem, the solution of the unemployment. Then I started, although I studied a lot for the IAS syllabus, a lot of knowledge I was having already, a lot of optionals I changed just for seeking and gathering, acquiring the knowledge, because the UPSC syllabus was very wonderful. After gaining a lot of knowledge, after studying and after meeting very famous people, very well-known dignitaries of Allahabad, of Lucknow and of Delhi, my question was not answered anywhere. I took oath that I will work. I will do only that job by which no job of nobody should be snatched. If my work will snatch job of any single man of this world, that work I will keep myself away. Meanwhile, I started the one NGO. The name was the National Foundation for Education and Research. I started to research for the reform in the education system in 1994, when my age was 23-24. On the banner of that NGO, we evolved a very competent education system. But that system was rejected by the government because of the then political party, the Congress, Some leaders, politicians of the Congress said, Mr. Gandhi, it is useful, beneficial for the country, but tell me how your educational system is useful for the Congress. And I was failed to answer. Then 1993, 94, 95, 96, 97 passed of my young life, especially the student life. But my question was not answered. There were no solution of the unemployment. Only if one person will get employed, he will push away another. There is no way to work without harming others. At that time, one Hindi newspaper was there, very famous newspaper, the Amadullah. An editorial article was written, and I gone through the editorial article. There was written that there are a lot of scope of work. Nobody is going to work in the sector of labor class. Everybody is interested to take the government jobs. So there are a lot of scope to work in the labor class. When I studied this article, I thought that my question is answered. It means I should not go to work as an IAS officer. I should become a laborer. And literally, I started to go in the labor market at very early time of 5 a.m. At that time, my age was about 27 or 26. I was used to reach there at 5 a.m. and I was remaining in labor market till 11 a.m. daily. I was demanding job by those people who were coming by scooter, and they were demanding some labor and bringing them for the labor work on their houses or some roadside or for the building construction, etc. But in 3.5 months, nobody engaged me for work. I asked a question with my co-laborer because of a lot of laborers were become familiar in 3 months. I asked that, Mr. What is your monthly income? He told that, sir, my monthly income is about 1200 rupees. Then I said that you are telling lie, because of the 100 rupees was the labor rate per day. Calculate, multiply 100 into 30, the amount comes 3000. If you are earning 3000, then why you are telling me that you are earning only 1200? He replied that, sir, only labor can understand and can feel the pain of the labor. I said that I am myself labor. I am visiting here for 3 months. I am labor. Why you are saying me that I am not labor? He replied me that, sir, you are not labor. You are the CID policeman and visiting regularly our labor market. You are trying to arrest someone here in the labor market. I said that I am myself labor. I am not CID police. And I am coming here just in search of job. And you are telling me lie that you are earning only 1200. What is the calculation behind your 1200 rupees? Can you tell me? He informed me that, he said, sir, we visit 30 days in the labor market and we are in position to get daily wages only for 12 days or 14 days maximum. Sometimes we get job only for 8 days in month. Then I concluded that the person who wrote the article in newspaper was wrong. It means neither there is availability of job for the educated people and nor there is availability of job for uneducated people. At that time, I sat down on a root of the very big tree that was neem tree in the market. And at same moment, the votership idea was sparked in my mind. I concluded that all these problems are creation of the machine. The computer, the laptop, like things have snatched the jobs of the educated class. And this tractor, JCB machines and bulldozer type big machines has eliminated the scope of uneducated class. I concluded that I should devote my whole life to distribute the money which is earned by the machines to all the people, not only the unemployed people, because the unemployed people cannot form the powerful organization. So, at the age of 27, I got my job. But job without remuneration. Who will pay me? If I will start to educate the public that there is your share in the income created by the machines. If the mechanical income should be distributed among the public, who will pay me for this type of activity? When I started to educate the public, some people told me that, sir, nobody will believe. Even the people are not getting the money after the work. Without work, how can they will believe that they can get money without work? Then I decided to resort for myself, just for the trust of the public. I said, till the distribution of the mechanical money, I will not create my own income. I will not open any bank account in any bank of the country. I will not make my house, and even I will remain bachelor. That is why this votership idea is not production of any book of economy. This is the output of the struggle of my personal life. And I sacrifice a lot. Why? Because if I will not sacrifice, then people will not trust. If the people will not trust, they will seek jobs, they will stand in the queue of unemployed. But the employment is not going to be attained by the people. So finally, maximum people will become unemployed and they will get suicide. So millions and trillions of the population will die due to the scarcity of money. And in economy, there is no scarcity of money. In this way, the concept of votership discovered and incarnated in this world. Now, about 2 crores Indians are followers of this idea. About 2 crores. In beginning, in 1997, the word votership was not coined. So I was calling this idea voter pension, and I wrote a book on voter pension, and that 4,000 book was sold within 1 week. when I started an organization, Federation for Economic Freedom. The organization gathered a lot of mass support. Within 1 year, in 2001, to restrain the rush of the public, towards this movement, the government of Uttar Pradesh arrested me and imposed National Security Act. Means they issued a certificate that the Bharat Gandhi is terrorist of India and he should be arrested and jailed for whole life. I am looking you the terrorist, but I was arrested and detained in administrative custody. It was not the judicial custody. It was the custody imposed by the DC, Deputy Commissioner. It was not the judge. By the order of Chief Minister and the Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee and the Chief Minister Rajnath Singh, who is presently Defence Minister nowadays, they collectively decided to arrest Bharat Gandhi and put into jail to stop the violence, to keep the mum. But I was much competent. I was having the competence of IAS officer. I arrested and I refused to bring and engage any advocate. I refused to speak a lie. And I started to take one bread, only one bread, to live only in this jail. My weight lost about 12 kg in 1 month. And finally, after 3 months of the proceeding of the court, I argued my matter myself in the court, and the police presented me before the High Court, 3 judges bench of the High Court. I presented whole the story, and the judges released me with honor after 83 days. When I came out from the jail, then I was suggested by a very illiterate man of the Bihar. He said, "Sir, I am hearing you the third time. You speak very good idea, but we the poor people, what can we do? We are the powerless, we are the farmers, we are the poor people. How can I help you, sir? Why you are not going to convince the parliamentarians in Delhi? If they will not accept, then only please inform them, then we will fight against our leaders." Then I left the mass polarization and mass education, and I went to Delhi to convince the MPs of 14th Lok Sabha. I visited about 150 parliamentarians in Delhi. Maximum supported my idea, but no MP was ready to write a notice and submit the notice before the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. About after 1 year of this exercise, one MP ready. He signed the notice and presented first MP before the Speaker that I wish to hold a discussion in the Parliament on the issue of votership. The name of that MP was W. Vaidhu Konyak of Nagaland. Mr. Vaidhu presented the notice into the Lok Sabha before the Speaker, and discussion must be scheduled on the floor on the issue of votership. And when Vaidhu given notice, then a lot of MPs of the Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha came into the queue to present the notice before the Lok Sabha. And 137 members of the Parliament given notice to the Speaker. And about 450 MPs came into support, and they formed a union for votership, the Union of Members of Parliament for votership. First time in Indian history, all the MPs of all the parties united in the interest of voters. the leader of that union of MPs, Mr. N.D. Rai, Nakul Das Rai of Sikkim. The initiator was Mr. Venku Konyak, and the leader of the MPs union was Mr. N.D. Rai of Sikkim. Both MPs was from the northeast. Mr. Sarvanand Sonowal was also in the union. He was also working with me in Delhi for this votership. Presently, 3 chief ministers are working in various states who were working with me, and 14 members, parliamentarians who are presently the cabinet minister in the Modi government, who were presented this votership proposal before the parliament in 2005, 6, 7, 8. The discussion was scheduled on 6th May 2008. It was scheduled that on votership issue, a parliament will discuss one day, whole day. But before one day, the parliament was signed out, suddenly signed out, because the news was published in all the newspapers of the in India, even in Nagaland also, you don't know. In whole country, the news was published that for the interest of voters, for giving cash to each and every voters, the parliament is going to discuss tomorrow, and which is supported by the more than 100 MPs of the parliament. This news was read by the corporate houses of Mumbai. They threatened the party heads Sonia Gandhi, Lal Kishan Advani, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mayawati, Lalu Yadav, all the heads of the political parties were threatened that if this discussion will schedule in parliament, then I will stop the donation to your party. After the high level political conspiracy, the matter was shifted to a standing committee. The speaker and the secretary of the Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha said that your matter will be discussed in the parliament after the report of the standing committee. The matter was kept into the cold storage. Mr. Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari, was deputed by the corporate houses of Mumbai that you dispose this petition of the so many MPs with no result, and this is your duty. And then the conspiracy was to conduct the series of conspiracy. Mr. Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari, was deployed. Mr. Hamid Ansari deputed this matter to Bhagat Singh Koshyari, who is presently the governor of Maharashtra. Bhagat Singh Koshyari was the president of the petition committee those days, and he was deployed to dispose this petition of the MPs. Before disposing the petition, he called me in his office, and after the office he called at his residence. He told me that, Mr. Gandhi, what is foolish idea? Giving money to voters without work? From where this money will come? And if everybody will get money, then everybody will sleep. They will not work. Then what will happen with the country? And the country will destroy, and our country will be backward from in comparison to other countries. What is your foolish idea? And it is surprising that 450 MPs are supporting you. Please introduce me. What is your logic behind this idea? I convinced continuous 4 months to Mr. Koshyari. 4 months. I don't know how many meetings were conducted at his house, at his residence, in Parliament, in NXC, in Rajya Sabha. I cannot recall right now. Through a lot of meetings, a lot of visits, I convinced Mr. Koshari, and finally Koshari said that, Mr. Gandhi, I am now with you and I will launch this campaign for the voters. When Koshari, the chairman of the committee, was convinced, then he tried to convince the Vice President of India, Mr. Hamid Ansari. Finally, he was failed to convince. And the Vice President, the head of Rajya Sabha, the Council of the State of the Parliament, Mr. Ansari said that, Mr. Koshari, you will not follow me. That is why I will not follow your directions. So, I am forming the 11-member another committee to examine this petition. And no politician will be in that committee, only the IAS officers will be in that committee. If IAS officers will say that, sir, this votership idea is correct, then I will accept. Otherwise, I will not follow even one politician, because all the politicians are foolish. The said by, this is the remark of the Vice President. Finally, an 11-member committee was formed by the Vice President of India. And I was noticed that, Mr. Bharat Gandhi, you appear before the committee and you argue the votership right. If you will able to convince the committee, then your petition will be accepted. If you will fail to convince the committee, then your proposal presented by the more than 100 MPs will be disposed finally. I visited the Parliament and I convinced them 2.5 hours after 20 days and put before the floor of the Parliament. And finally they concluded that after 6 pages, the last para, they concluded that this idea is new in the whole world. But in the direction where Bharat Gandhi is thinking, the whole world is thinking, and the government of India is also thinking. Finally, after they studying whole world, studying the report of the Ottawa of Canada, which was the assembly of the speaker of whole world, and looking the arguments of Bharat Gandhi's petition, looking the arguments given orally by Sri Bharat Gandhi and his documents, this committee has finally concluded that the idea of votership is correct, it is constitutional, it is practical, and it is the need of the hour. That is why the committee accepted the proposal. Finally, the committee accepted. 450 MPs accepted. The chairman of the petition committee accepted. Then 11 IAS officers committee accepted. And when they submitted the report, then Hamid Ansari, after reading the report, get annoyed. And he called the IAS officer and abused badly. He said that Bharat Gandhi is a miraculous man. He misguided the whole Parliament. He misguided the Koshari. Even he misguided you, the IAS people. He is a miraculous man. Then the committee officer said, sir, you call Mr. Bharat Gandhi yourself and you discuss. Oh, I will never call. I will reject this report. Even then, he called the Secretary General of Council of the State of the Parliament and he dictated that you write on the report that this matter may be considered by the Lok Sabha committee, but in Rajya Sabha we will not consider this matter. So they shifted the fight into the Lok Sabha, from where it was on Raj Sabha. Means the chapter was started in Parliament in 2004. The 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, the complete 11. How many years? About 7 years. 7 long years the research was conducted in Parliament, and finally even after the acceptance, the proposal was not accepted by the Vice President of India with consent of all the head of political parties, Madam Sonia Gandhi, Lal Kishan Advani, Lalu Yadav, Mulayam Singh Yadav, Mayawati, but Northeast chief ministers, and nobody was consulted. Even Cornell was not consulted, who was the initiator. Mr. N.D. Rai was not consulted when the proposal was derailed. So, in 2012, a new political party was formed, that is Voters Party Interfaith.